Gemini, this week is a mirror and a microphone. It reflects your real priorities back to you, and it amplifies whatever you say and do. You're an air sign, quick, curious, and adaptable, but also prone to mental overload and scattered energy when too many tabs are open. From Monday through Sunday, the world keeps asking one question: what stays, what goes, and what gets cleaned up so you can think straight and move forward? Imagine you're running a studio and a newsroom from the same room, cables on the floor, bright lights on your face, and a live audience waiting. That's the feeling. You don't need new furniture. You need to clear the floor, label the wires, and decide what the show is about. That's the whole week in one picture. Early in the week, small edits go a long way. You'll see this in messages you send, briefs you write, and conversations you lead. A softer subject line, one cleaner slide, a tighter 3-sentence pitch. These little moves unlock stalled doors. If you're a creator or communicator, this is the sweet spot for rewriting bios and trimming a script. If you manage people, gentle, precise nudges work better than big speeches. There's also a sharper edge here. The world stops rewarding drama and starts rewarding truth. If you've been trying to be impressive online or at work, you'll notice diminishing returns. If you switch to say what's real and useful, engagement picks up. If you've been chasing likes or sending messages you don't fully stand behind, the energy sags. People feel it. You feel it. Authentic tone wins this week. Midweek, the tone changes from soft edits to serious checks. The system, bosses, clients, boards, compliance teams, or even your own inner adult, asks for proof. This isn't a vibe test. It's receipts, status reports, contracts, timelines, budget sheets, documentation. If your role relies on vague deliverables, optics, or last-minute magic, expect pressure. For a slice of you in unstable companies or teams facing cost cuts, this pressure can look like formal warnings, performance plans, or role reshuffling. Yes, a few Geminis will be laid off this week, mainly where numbers haven't matched the narrative for a while, or where a nice-to-have scope can't survive a tightening quarter. If that's you, it will sting, but you'll also see the writing that's been on the wall. Honor the reality, gather references fast, and move 3 contacts into active conversations within 48 hours. For most of you, it won't be job loss. It will be a reality gate. Show what you've done, prove what you're doing, and narrow what you promise. The upside of this gate is simple. Once you put facts on the table, anxiety drops. It's not about being perfect. It's about being clear. Home and base need attention all week, and this is not cosmetic. Think routers, chairs, lighting, water filters, leases, building rules, landlord conversations, security deposits, backup drives, and shared family logistics. If you work from home, this is the week your workspace either stabilizes you or drains you. Many of you will encounter at least one "why now" home disruption. A failing appliance, a sudden internet issue, a neighbor complaint, or a family schedule conflict that collides with a deadline. Some will get a firm message from parents or elders. Health checkups, medication management, doctor appointments, care plans. In a few homes, an older parent has a health wobble. Not necessarily dramatic, but enough to rework your schedule for a few days. If there has been denial about an elder's chronic issue, this is when the avoidance ends. It is not punishment. It is the moment life asks you to be a grown-up about the basics. When you respond calmly and practically, notes, reminders, rides, and simple meal plans, the emotional temperature in the house drops, and your work gets easier. Money splits into 2 lanes, the essentials and the illusions. Essentials are food, utilities, rent or mortgage, insurance, transport, tools you genuinely use. Illusions are prestige purchases, impulse upgrades, subscriptions you might use later, and fees you forgot existed. Midweek is ideal for a quick pantry reset and a subscription audit. Expect one surprise cost, most likely tied to tech, repairs, or a shared plan that renews without warning. A minority of Geminis will face a tense conversation about joint money, anything from a partner's spending to a delayed reimbursement or a missing invoice. If you've been borrowing from savings with plans to refill soon, this is when soon asks for a date. Also, keep your eyes open for phishing, shady DMs, and invoice scams. Your name is out there, and your quick-click reflex is high when busy. Wait 10 seconds, read twice, and verify through a second channel before paying or sharing details. Love and dating run hot and theatrical, but with a twist. Emotional displays spike, but overacting gets called out. If you've been juggling parallel chats, someone snoops, or a notification pops at the worst time. For a slice of you, yes, secrets get exposed. It may not be a full-blown affair. It can be emotionally slippery behavior, just a friend crossing lines, or an ex reappearing in a way that confuses loyalties. If you're the one thinking of straying, ask yourself if it's novelty you want or honesty you lack. If you're the one discovering mixed signals, don't explode. Ask a straight question and listen to the full answer without texting 3 friends during the pause. In steady relationships, this week is good for one brave conversation about fairness. Who plans, who pays, who apologizes first, who always compromises. Small adjustments here dissolve bigger resentments later. If you're parenting, watch school logistics, screen time battles, and a creative kid who needs structure to finish a project. A simple schedule beats nagging. Your creativity is under pressure in a good way. You are pushed to make things people can use, not just admire. That might mean editing 20% out of a video, stripping jargon from a proposal, or streamlining a user flow. Collaboration expands your reach, but you need guardrails, clear roles, defined timelines, and shared files that are actually shared. The win comes when you pair your style with a tested process. If you can't measure whether something worked, your mind will keep spinning it at 2 a.m. Let the numbers talk. Let the small launch teach you. If a collaborator insists on dramatic last-minute pivots but resists accountability, this is the week to reset expectations or step back. Your time is a budget like money. Treat it that way. Sleep and nervous system health are the wick that keeps the candle burning, and the candle has been burning fast. Your head feels like it's running 100 tabs, work targets, family logistics, content ideas, weekend plans. When you add screens before bed, your brain doesn't shut down. It scrolls in your sleep. The cost shows up in irritability, clumsy mistakes, and doom spirals over tiny problems. A handful of you will have a real brush with burnout, dizziness, headaches, stomach issues, chest tightness that is actually anxiety. Take it seriously. The fix is not complicated. Water, earlier lights out, 1 hour each day without your phone in the same room, and a short walk to reset your head. This is not about moral purity. It's about simple physics. When the body rests, the mind edits. When the mind edits, decisions get easier. Anxiety shrinks when your inputs shrink. Friends and networks are a mixed bag. Reach and resonance grow when you share something simple and honest. They shrink when you posture. Group chats and Slack channels can be noisy and demanding. A quiet risk this week is saying yes to too many collabs and then ghosting when you realize your bandwidth is gone. Ghosting will cost you more than a short, respectful no. If you go live, keep the format tight and your claims modest. People respect clarity now more than flair. If your social circle includes someone who drains you with constant emergencies, you'll feel the urge to step back. You can do it kindly without becoming their enemy. The goal is to protect your energy so you can show up where you truly matter. Travel and learning call with excitement, but schedules need realism. That course you want to join, that talk you want to pitch, that trip you want to take, say yes if it fits the calendar you actually have. Say not now if it crushes rest or family responsibilities you've been avoiding. Big ideas are intoxicating, and you're excellent at them. But this week tests whether the big idea has a clear first step that fits inside your day. The people who win now are the ones who reduce dreams to practical sequences. Draft, pilot, measure, improve, repeat. Now the hard part that no one likes to say out loud. A small number of you will face a public stumble or a reputation hit. It may come from unclear claims, a missed commitment, or a mismatch between your public message and your actual delivery. If it happens, don't spin, fix. Put one factual note out, repair what you can, and resist the urge to over-explain. Another small group will hit a crisis around shared money or privacy. Anything from an exposed chat to a payment dispute or a leak in a shared drive. Honesty and speed help here. Pretending it didn't happen makes it worse. And for a few, Sunday night feels heavy at home. Tears, silence, or just a deep need to be alone for a while. Don't force cheer. Sit with what is real. The reset is happening whether you perform happiness or not. Why this week and why you? Because your sign learns fastest when ideas become actions, when talk becomes proof, and when curiosity serves something useful. The karma of the week is not punishment. It's a hand on your shoulder that turns you toward maintenance and meaning. Clean the base so the tower stops shaking. Tell the truth so your voice stops splitting. Protect your sleep so your mind stops lying to you at 3 a.m. Love the people you actually live with, not the audience in your head. That's the message, and it is a kind one, even when it arrives wrapped in deadlines, bills, and tough conversations. Watch the rhythm across the days. Monday and Tuesday reward small edits and graceful outreach. You get traction without pushing. Wednesday is the checkpoint. Show your work, tighten your scope, and be open to a practical cut that makes the whole plan more honest. Thursday is a release point. You feel what needs to end, and when you let it go, you feel lighter sooner than you expect. Friday is expressive and dramatic. Use the stage, but refuse to act for applause. Saturday is the gas and brake lesson. Steady effort beats heroic sprints. And Sunday is the quiet pivot at home. One small rule that protects your space, your time, or your rest becomes the hinge for the next month. The week is not random. It is a sequence. Here's how to hold it without turning your life into a checklist. If your head is noisy, finish one small thing before you open messages. If your home feels messy, fix one basic tool: the chair, the lamp, the router, the calendar. If your heart feels dramatic, ask yourself if you are acting for attention or speaking for connection. If your money feels leaky, cancel one subscription and cook one meal at home. If your boss wants proof, send a tighter update with one number that matters. If your sleep is bad, keep your phone out of the bedroom. And if someone around you is hurting, be kind in real ways. Calls, rides, meals, presents. You don't need special rituals to move through this week. You need practical care and honest words. A final hook to keep in your pocket. You are not being tested for punishment. You are being asked to level your foundation so your future stops wobbling. Your best moves are simple and grounded. Speak cleanly, cut noise, protect sleep, show proof, choose connection over applause. And if the worst happens, job loss, a breakup, a family scare, you will still have your core skills. Quick thinking, flexible plans, and a network that actually cares when you speak plainly. That is more than enough to carry you. The week is a mirror and a microphone, and when you tell the truth into it, the feedback you get is the path you can walk.